What ho, chappies and spiffs, it's Kaz, and this is a grand old video. Now, many of you might be wondering what exactly this video is going to be about. And if you can guess it in the next 3 seconds, you could win a prize. Now, if you guessed that we were going to go through some of my oldest drawings all the way up to the present drawings of this time, then you would be correct. And you win the prize of 55 life points.
Shut up and sit down.
I went on just this hunt across the house to find where I hid all my art, my solid copies, and I wanted to just give you guys the tour. Okay, so this was one of the things I started with, like my very first drawing. Oh goodness. Feast your eyes on the beauty. That's George, that's me, there was some random girl that I drew. I don't even remember who it was. But that is just the blobbiness. This was right as I started getting interested in manga, but I never really, Now this was when I really started getting into clothing. I loved clothing, and I liked everything like all gentlemen and stuff. And so finally, I got myself an instruction manual on how to draw manga, and this was one of my very first pictures. You can't touch me. I'm gonna be the greatest manga artist ever. You can see that guy on the other side of the page. This guy I drew, he's great, but if you zoom out a little bit, you find that his hand proportions are terrible, and his body kind of goes. Okay, this one I want to redo someday. It's raining, and my guy is holding an umbrella, and he's hugging this fawn girl, but she doesn't have hooves. She's wearing shoes. I was having a hard time drawing hooves, to be honest. But I really love the poses that they're in, and the way the wind blows the rain in his scarf off to the side. When I wasn't feeling angsty, I also was feeling kind of mushy, and I tried to draw these two people kissing. Clearly the proportions are kind of off. Her face is kind of like a mule. It's like super long, like for days it goes on. And his face is really good as far as proportion goes, but he's such a small head compared to hers. This was when I really started getting good at what I was doing. I mean, look at this guy. He's so sharp looking. I loved his hair. His eye patch was just where I wanted. He's pulling on the glove the way I wanted. Everything was working in that picture. It was a good day. I then moved on to try and draw some more guys like that, and completely failed. And with the help of Mark Curley, I was able to create this masterpiece. Oh man, Link, you were wonderful. The new Imagine Dragons album had just come out. I did this special like calligraphy thing that's not calligraphy. It's a B, and then that was supposed to be an F, but it didn't really work out. It was kind of like best friends, it makes sense. But yeah, this one was the lyrics from Polaroid. I really like that song. That one I love. And then these are the lyrics from Dream from their album Smoke and Mirrors. At this point, I was listening to the song I Hate Everything About You by 3 Days Grace, that Canadian band. But I was really into tribal, and at this time in my life I was listening to a lot of grunge and drawing tribal. But I was also really obsessed with this brand new game that had come out during the time, and it was Transistor. And I loved the soundtrack for Transistor. And so what I drew was Red from Transistor, and then I drew all this tribal around her, and I tried to do this like weird pink bubble thingy, which didn't really turn out the way I thought it would, but it still looks really cool. This one's just funny. I started drawing these guys. They're called Boffles, and so they're like a bean body and then a round head. And so here's this long-haired one. She's like, "Don't let him find it," and she gives him a bean. Looks like a bean. And then this dude in the hood is like, okay. I don't even know what was going on in my head at the time, but yeah. We have a fish lady. She's really recent. I was just trying to make fish lady a thing. And then we have this guy. He's okay. She's even got a shoulder What? I didn't think it was possible to draw a head and then complement it with a body. What? Give her some toad markings. I thought, like, what if I made a toad girl? And there she is. So, this is in a book. And I am super excited about that. I wasn't really, like, commissioned. I kind of asked. Hand of Adonai still has the old map in it. But I drew him a new map, and this is the new map. It's super cool. Right, here it goes. And this should be in also the third book too, but anyway, here it is. I am so glad that Aaron Gansky gave me that opportunity. Nothing but the highest respect for him, and I love the series, just saying. The Hand of Adonai series. Check it out. Amazing series. Okay. Enough of my ranting. That's my art. That's all up to the best.